Hello, welcome in or welcome back. My name is Ariaday and I'm a writer slash aspiring published author. And as I'm speaking these words right now, Saturday, May 23rd, I am in the process of starting my debut novel. So it's been a minute. I told myself that I wouldn't let a posting schedule stress me out, that I was allowing myself to post as frequently or infrequently as I wanted, and that was okay. But I didn't plan to be gone for this long. I'll spare you the details, but I probably mentioned having to move in my last videos. The timing matches up at least. If not, I had to move unexpectedly, and a lot of things went very wrong. And it was stressful in a way that moving has never been for me before. On top of that, my meds seemed to stop working and work was just getting worse and worse and worse. Everything was a mess, and it has legitimately taken me this like 4+ months to kind of start to feel at least a little bit like myself again. And so here we are. We're getting back into it. Okay. Updates. So aside from all of that, all of the terrible things that have been going on, one thing that I have accomplished is I have read. When I finish the book that I'm currently reading, it's a learning book, I'll have hit 20 books for the year so far, which is not only more than I read last year altogether, it's also 20 was also my goal for this year to read. Like obviously it's not a huge number, but for me that's huge. My goal last year was 15 and I ended up reading 17 kind of at the last minute. I really pushed out a lot of books in December, but yeah. So I'm currently, as usual, just trying to kind of get my life back together. I've been studying actually for what will become a series on the channel just called Relearning Writing. That's the best title I can come up with. It's to the point though, just where I read books about writing and take master classes about writing, because at the end of the day, there is so much I don't know, and my writing, I am self-aware enough to know, needs vast improvement before it's ever going to be ready for publication. I believe in some ways that I am a good writer, but there's just I have so much. We can always improve, right? But I'm not trying to be self-deprecating. Like I can see when I read a book and then read my own writing, like there's a lot of work needs to be done, and I'm okay with that. I'm willing to put in the work finally after all this time. But yeah, so that's going to be a series on here, so subscribe if you want to see that. I do also plan to get back into streaming on Twitch, which does cut into precious writing time that I don't have a lot of currently, but it is something I really enjoy, and I don't want to deny myself that. And there's also this like thing in my brain that's like, these are going to have crossover eventually. Like for one, I met a lot of people when I originally did Twitch that were also writers, even though I was playing video games. So I was playing story-based video games. And so there's that aspect of it. But then also like in the future, I plan to do Sims 4 streams or videos where I create my book characters and create where they live and things like that, just as like a fun little thing. So obviously that's going to be a crossover. And yeah, like I said, I don't want to deny myself of it. That'll be like every Friday, probably, maybe some Saturdays. I'll be going back to more story-based games just for the sake of the brand, quote unquote. What I just mean, like, I was like exclusively playing Dead by Daylight, which I still love, and that'll probably still happen sometimes. But I think getting back to my roots with like Dragon Age and Mass Effect, these like massive stories, I think that'll be really good for me, because like there's also learning in that and there's creativity in that. So yeah, that I'll probably revisit Resident Evil Requiem, because I played that by myself off stream. And yeah, so just a little thing, twitch.tv/stariadust. That'll be something that I'm doing, hopefully. All right, so just a few random updates. I am currently trying to get my meds in order again. I know I've probably talked about it a lot. Listen, I don't remember anything that I've said in the videos that I've posted on this channel. It's been too long. So it comes up a lot, and it probably gets on some people's nerves, but it is a very big and important part of my life, because the only reason that I can, even if it's not often, the only reason that I can sit down and do something like this and sit down and write and even play video games is because of this medication journey and trying to like get everything in order. But since I've had trouble with my meds this year, yeah, I've got a new doctor starting next week actually, and we're gonna see where that goes. So that's one update. I'm, trying to start exercising regularly. I haven't started yet, but I did actually buy an elliptical. So I've been putting off putting that together because it's intimidating. I've put a lot of things together by myself that absolutely require two people, but I've never put together something like that. That has a lot of like moving parts. So I'm a little nervous, but other random updates. I actually, at the beginning of April, I met Chad Michael Murray and Tyler Hoechlin from Teen Wolf. And that was great. I'm not going to go into like crazy detail, but it was very surreal. I have a picture with Chad Michael Murray. I did not have a picture with Tyler Hoechlin because his table was cash only, but the cash handler was very, very nice and let me go talk to him anyway. I just obviously couldn't take a picture, get an autograph, anything like that. Very cool. Very awesome. So happy that it was a very last minute decision to go. They were at a convention in Houston, but me and my friend went and it was good. It was worth it. And then at the end of April, I was actually able to go out to San Antonio and attend Kate Kavanaugh's book signing for her debut novel, Thanks for Watching. And she was so sweet. And she has been such an inspiration to me, like on the YouTube and the writing side of things for so long. Like it was very surreal getting to meet her, but it was just really cool. Like it was really cool to have been watching her channel for so long and then to see like it reach this point, and I was just very glad that I got to go. I was very awkward. I was by myself. I've never been to a book signing before. I didn't know how anything worked. But she was very, very sweet. She was asking me about my writing and I'm like, what? But no, she was very sweet. It was a lot of fun. If you are into the thriller or horror genres, I highly recommend Thanks for Watching by Kate Kavanaugh. I enjoyed it so much, genuinely. So also running it back on the Twitch streaming, I do also want to start doing writing streams again. I used to do them a long time ago and they really helped me a lot. And I find that a lot of the people that do writing streams currently that I would watch do it while I'm at work, and I can't join. For one, they blocked Twitch. It's my fault, clearly, because I don't think anyone else in that company was on Twitch, and it wasn't blocked at the start, and then it was. So I can't like get on Twitch. I can still get on YouTube, so like YouTube streams, but even so, like I'm at work, I can't stop for 30 minutes or however long sprints go to participate. Just a thought. I just haven't figured out if I'm just going to say screw it and do it on the stariadust account on Twitch instead of keeping it to only gaming, or if maybe I'll do it on this channel instead and just like leave Twitch out of it altogether. So we'll see. Just a little rewind thought there. Oh yeah, then basically the next like a week and a half after the book signing in San Antonio, I turned around and with a friend went to Austin and got to see my favorite band, The Maine. It's not the first time I've seen them. I've seen them many times. I think this was number 10, which is less than I would like it to be as far as numbers go. But they're always so good, and they're always exactly what I need at exactly the right time. They're it for me. I'm in it for life with them. Like it's been a long. They were my first concert. Well, Hillary Duff was my first concert when I was like 10. But when I started getting into like the emo scene and the concert scene and everything, they were my first concert, and that was in 2008. So it's been 18 years. Honestly, I think today might be 18 years. I can't check right now because I'm filming on my phone. I think today might be 18 years on the dot. So that's crazy. I got a notification on Concert Archives. Anyway, then the very next night in Austin, I got to see Hayley Williams, and that, I'm like, I don't even have words. It was so good. She is incredible. I've never gotten to see Paramore live, and then when she dropped this last album of hers, I gave it one listen and I was like, I think this just changed my life. I have been obsessed with it since it came out, and it was very hard to get tickets for her concert. I paid a pretty penny. The venue was awful, and the seats were horrible. I came out of it literally bruised. But my God, she is incredible. Like I came out of it, I was like, I would pay 100 more times to see her, 100 more times. And then like 3 days later, she announced a tour and she's coming even closer to Houston. And I couldn't get tickets. Like, I signed up for the pre-sale thinking that would guarantee me. It did not. I didn't get tickets. So we'll see when that gets closer. Anyway, incredible. I went on too long about the random updates. I was gonna be like, this. That's what I've been doing. Let's go. Anyway, and then with all of that said, I actually have done a little bit of writing. I even had one day where I wrote some sickening amount of like, I think it was 10,000 words. That has never happened to me before. I don't know what happened that day. I sat in this chair with my little laptop and a TV tray. And I sat there the entire day. And I think the most I'd ever written before in a day was like 6,000. And that happened once. And then other than that, I normally, a crazy good day for me is usually like around 3,000, a little over 3,000. So 6,000 was crazy back then. 10,000? Insane. But anyway, it happened on a whim. It wasn't a story that I had planned in any capacity. It's one last fanfic though. This is not for publication. It's one last fanfic before I part ways with that fandom. I think forever. I've said it before, like, I'm trying to get away from fan fiction. I want to take my writing more seriously. And this time I really mean it. Yeah, we're not going to get into all that, but this time I mean it. So yeah, I'm hoping to finish that story very soon. And then I will be able to fully focus on what would hopefully be my debut novel. I won't speak on it too much yet, but for now, I'll just say it's a romance. Talking to Kate in San Antonio just actually made me realize in a very big way that I have no idea how to talk about my story. Like, I already knew that I didn't know, but trying to say it and then also kind of seeing a pattern in like what I say and then the questions that people ask, and I'm like, no, that's not at all what I meant. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm using the wrong language. I'm using the wrong genres. Oh my God, all over the place. I don't know what to say. So I'm working that out. I actually kind of have it figured out now, but it's going to be a separate video where I kind of go through the motions, and I've like sort of written a proper I've sort of written a proper summary, and I know what genre officially that I want to stick it in, at least for now. But yeah, we'll talk about that another time. That is all for now, just a little reintroduction. If you want to join me on this journey, please leave a like and subscribe, and comment to let me know what you're working on, what you've been reading, or just anything exciting that's been happening in your life lately. I want to hear all about it, actually. But yeah, that's gonna be all for me. You can find me on not all the things, but some of the things. You can find me on Twitch for now at twitch.tv/stariadust. You can find me on Instagram and Threads at ariadaywrites, the same handle as YouTube. That's gonna probably be my primary like social media platform that I focus on. I do have a TikTok also, I think under the same username. I just am very on the fence about whether I want to continue with TikTok. I haven't opened it in a long time. I just don't really like the policies that they keep putting in place, but at the same time, it's like all of the social media platforms are kind of putting the same policies forward, so we'll see. But I am on TikTok as well. So yeah, that's it. Thanks, y'all. Bye-bye.